Get ready to get in the game. Stretch, strengthen, live, and thrive. You can be a winning athlete in the game of life. It's the Peel Appeal with author and corrective exercise specialist Matt Peel.
Hey, this is Matt Peel with the Peel Appeal podcast. Welcome to the show. Is this your first time? Are you a repeat offender? What's happening in your world today? I'm glad you've tuning in to join me and talk today about something that's very important, because we're going to talk about some natural changes that happen to our bodies as we age. And this episode specifically, ladies, is for you. So what are we talking about? Well, if you're in your 40s and then get into your early 50s, maybe your mid 50s, you're going through something called perimenopause, which then transitions into menopause, and then you get into postmenopause. So if you're going through this, you know exactly what's happening to you, right? Your hormones are going crazy. Maybe you've got some hot flashes, you're sweating a lot, you're cold, you're hot, you're a little tired more often, got some brain fog. Well, you can't seem to lose weight the way you used to, even though maybe you're adjusting your diet, you're working your ass off. Like, what the hell is going on? What can you do to achieve what you want to achieve with your body and how you feel, right? I know you're trying to figure it out and nothing seems to work. Well, today we're going to talk about that. And as you know from my previous episodes, and the whole basis of my show is we're going to talk about factual science. Maybe that's a double positive. I don't really know. But anyways, not just what's trendy on social media, not something that you heard from someone else or they saw on the gram or wherever else that you may try to get your information from, but actually what happens to your body and what you can do to work with your current situation for where you are right now. So you think, well, what the hell does this dude have to know about perimenopause and menopause? He doesn't go through all that. Well, guess what? You're right. I don't go through that. So I like to bring in some other sources to help you out. So specifically, NASM, that stands for National Academy of Sports Medicine, Master Trainer Kerry and Madden. So I'm going to use some of the information I learned from her in a recent CEU that I'm doing, of course, because I have to do them to keep up with my training like any other professional organization, whether you're an attorney or a CPA or something else out there. I have to go through CEUs also every 2 years to renew my certification. So this is from some information I learned from her to help you out on how you can manage your transitions from perimenopause into menopause and then past it. Now, granted, here's a little disclaimer. Some of them may be counterintuitive to the myths that you hear, again, out there in social media land or in the gym from Susie, whose body has not changed in the last 25 years and is telling you what to do as she picks up the 4-pound dumbbells and does them 5 times and says, boy, that was a hell of a workout, right? You know who I'm talking about. So don't listen to Susie anymore, because obviously she doesn't know what the hell she's talking about. So let's get into this, shall we? All right. So yes, as you get older, men too, right, we lose bone density. Everybody's loses bone density, and our muscle mass drops as we age. So the way to combat that, and ladies, this is where, you're going to have to change how you think. We have to do it through appropriate weight strength training. So what does that mean? Well, it means put the damn 5-pound dumbbells down, step away from them, and never look at them ever again. Unless you truly struggle with 5-pound dumbbells, then okay. But the odds are you probably don't. So why are you even using them? Right? Light weights, high repetition is bullshit. 100% bullshit. Not just for me, but also from Kerry and Madden. Okay? We have to do appropriately heavy weights to increase our bone density and our muscle mass. So what does that mean? Well, it means that if you're going to do 8 to 10 reps, which is perfectly fine, stop doing 15 to 20 reps for everything you do. Again, more bullshit out there. You don't need it. You need to go heavier. Then you need to pick a weight that when you get to that 8th or that ninth or that 10th rep, you can't do any more. So if that means that's a 25 or 30-pound dumbbell for that specific lift, then do it. That's the only way you're going to increase your muscle mass and increase your bone density. 100% of the time of the over 15 years I've been in this industry, I've never seen a female all of a sudden look like a male from doing this, unless she's, of course, injecting testosterone and taking steroids. It doesn't happen. You don't have the hormone capacity as a man, so you're not going to look like a man. Not talking about this transgender bullshit that's happening out there either. I'm talking about you right here, right now. And as you're losing these hormones and they're changing, well, then you're definitely not going to look like a man because you're doing appropriately heavy weight for your strength training. If you do, please come see me and we're going to go and make a bazillion dollars because you are the one and the only person in the world who has done this. All right. So get over it. I'll tell you right now, do I sound harsh? I am, because I work with at least half of my client base since I started are females in their late 30s into their mid 50s. And not one of them has looked like a man after we're done working out. So I think I kind of know to help you out. As we get into cardio now, like what kind of cardio can you do? Well, we want to do the higher intensity interval type training, whether that's a sprint interval on a treadmill or out in your neighborhood, on a bike, an assault bike, on a rowing machine, the elliptical, whatever way it is, sprint interval training, and also high intensity interval training or HIIT training, where you combine your cardio with your weights, are the best types you can get. How do I know? Because it's what the CDC says in their 2018 Physical Activity Guidelines report. Again, I don't make this up. I'm sharing you the science and the evidence that is out there that has been researched. So HIIT training is best for building brain cells, for cardio endurance, for muscle strength. And hey, guess what too, ladies? It saves you a lot of time. You also burn more calories than just doing steady state cardio. So for a 20-minute sprint interval or HIIT type of training, you're going to burn more calories than if you just did a nice light jog for half an hour. So who doesn't want that? More bang for your buck. I mean, I would rather have that than just to be on this damn treadmill for half an hour, bored out of my brain. That's terrible. Who likes that? Not me. So building that in, strength training, sprint interval training together, man, that is the best recipe that you can do. And again, the science says this is how you're going to build your bone density, get your muscle mass back, help you to lose the weight that you can't seem to lose as you go through your body. Plus, it helps on the dopamine level on your brain, so you have less brain fog, you feel better. And then this is exactly why we take the time to work on ourselves. But we got to do the right things so that we get the right results. Remember, even though we talk about it, we're not 25 years old anymore, so your body doesn't respond the same way, especially as you're going through these hormonal changes. The other thing you can do is you can mix in plyometrics. So what is that? Yes, jumps. Now, you don't need to be able to jump like a WNBA player or track and field or volleyball player. It's not about that. It's not about how high you're jumping. But plyometric training helps for balance, core training, and then obviously building bone density and muscle mass. So as long as you don't have a doctor saying don't do any type of jumping, let's start incorporating things like this into your basic routine. Because again, the science tells you that these are great ways to mix it up, get better results. And hey, look, as we get older, we lose our balance and we tend to fall. So this is definitely going to help you out with it. And of course, who does not want a strong core? Plyometrics forces your body to adapt and stabilize itself more than just doing, say, a basic squat. Squat jump brings a whole new avenue of great results to you. So you're having a bad day, right? I get it. Things are going crazy at work, maybe with family, or, you just don't feel yourself. So you want to skip the gym. Well, show up, right? Still show up. You don't have to smash your face in the gym floor on every single workout. You need recovery days. You need some lighter days, some backing off days. Now, again, it's not saying lift 5-pound dumbbells and do 15 to 20 reps. In the old person, the older version of you, I should say. But we can do some stretching, maybe a little bit of medium intensity lifting or cardio. Those will help boost your dopamine levels. You'll feel good overall afterwards. You'll feel good because you still exercised and made it, even though you really didn't want to. And there's only positive results that can happen. So if you're with your trainer and sometimes you feel like, oh man, I just don't want to be here, for all these reasons I said, talk to your trainer. Your trainer will help you. They'll back off a little bit, incorporate some of these other things, maybe some balance instead, maybe just a little bit of core, but you still need to exercise. Because again, there's only positive that can happen. And that's what we're here for, is to help you have a positive experience, not just with us, but in the gym, with exercising. So you want to come back and you can see the changes and you realize what's going on with me. I just need to adapt and change a little bit so that I can work out for where I am right now and continue to progress, because that's what's about. And I want you to feel that way. I don't want you to just feel like, oh my God, it's always a chore. I don't want to be here. Yes, we have those days, but overall, it's better that you're there. And I promise you, you're going to feel better about yourself after it. So what's kind of the lesson here? Well, the lesson is we got to strength train. We got to do some higher intensity exercise. Those are your friends, strength training and higher intensity exercise. It's not the light and airy dumbbells and light and airy workouts of just kind of standing around and posing. And you know what I'm talking about. You see it, I see it. Right? Use that weight for 8 to 12 reps. That's appropriate for your repetition range. Go take those HIIT type classes. Don't just solely rely upon classes. Spend some time also in the gym doing strength training. Mix that in with your HIIT type class or maybe a spin type class. That way you get the best of all worlds, and your body has to constantly change and adapt, which is how you get the best results that fit into the clothes and feel the way that you want to. If you really need some help, hire a trainer like me. We can guide you because we know exactly the science on how your body works. Right? It's not just, again, well, I saw this on Instagram and let me go try it and do this. I have no idea what the hell it is, but it looks pretty cool. And this chick looks amazing. Hey, guess what? She's probably 20 years younger than you. There's a reason her body looks different. She hasn't gone through the changes. So put her away. Work with someone that knows where you are right now. So do it. I know you're gonna love the results. My clients do, and that's why they stick with me. So if you haven't subscribed to the Peel Appeal, do so. Whatever platform you're listening on this now, subscribe to the Peel Appeal podcast, like it, comment on it, share it with your friends. It doesn't take that long to listen to it, and you have a wealth of knowledge. After that, why don't you order my book, The Athlete in the Game of Life? You can go to my website and do that. mattpeel.com, or go to Amazon. Either way, it's a great resource for you to have your handbook and your guidebook to help you exercise and eat right for where you are right now. So go ahead and get that today. So thanks for tuning in. I really do appreciate it. And until then, this is Matt Peel at the Peel Appeal Podcast. I will talk to you later.
Are you ready to get in the game? Get personal help, sign up for our newsletter, and pick up your copy of Athlete in the Game of Life, the book, all at mattpeel.com. Thanks for listening.